Photographs of dope boys. It's all they. What you know about this? We the best. Double M. 100 M's. I woke up.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you all the action. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. We'll see the Miami Heat defending home turf in the Eastern Conference. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Filling out the wings, it's Middleton and Antetokounmpo. Jabari Parker is up there at Greg Monroe. And it's Mayo in at the 1. Well, Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year. And as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
Now Mayo, after Dwayne Wade's three-pointer that didn't go. 4 on the shot clock. The 15-footer. Parker's shot is off. Milwaukee on D. The drive by Green. Wade kicks to Dragic. Monroe against Whiteside. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
One little pump fake, and he had all the time he needed to go hard to the rack.
It's one of the most reliable moves you can make. So pretty when it works.
Show him the ball and then take it to the hoop. You know, guys, for the greater part of last season, it appeared as though the Heat were playoff bound. Even with the players they lost, most figured they would be playing postseason basketball.
And one reason why the Heat did come up short in their playoff aspirations, they were very poor against other teams in the playoffs. So only went 15-31 against teams that had made it into the postseason last year.
Shots good by Middleton. The Heat have gone 2 or 3 here to start off the game. The pass to Wade. The rebound by Middleton.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often. Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Oh, here we go. Antetokounmpo, nobody back.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was also safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And, guys, as he should be. Remove all doubt on that attack.
And it's Wade penetrating. Rejected by Monroe. Milwaukee in the lead. We talk about players who don't get a lot of recognition that probably deserve some. For me, Chris Middleton, Clark.
He's at the top of the list in that regard for me too, Kevin. I mean, really a revelation for the Bucks the last couple of years. He's a really good all-around forward who can do everything well.
Milwaukee with the ball. The Heat getting the bucket. Antetokounmpo passes to Monroe. And the Bucks miss again.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Whiteside kicks to Dragic. And there's Dwayne Wade on the assist by Dragic.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Parker dishes to Antetokounmpo. Monroe the pass to Mayo. In the corner, Middleton with it. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. Parker's shot is off. Miami leading by 3. From deep, Green does not find the mark. He's made 2 and missed 1 now. For Milwaukee, they've gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Wade picks him up. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And guys, the Greek Freak really improved his numbers across the board last season. Giannis was up in every measurable category except three-point percentage.
He's really improved his shooting, though, overall. The 3 ball still eludes him a little bit here and there. But what I like, Kevin, is his aggressiveness. That's what's making the difference in his game right now.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Josh McRoberts has checked in for Whiteside. Dang comes in for Chris Bosh. Winslow's checked in for Green. And it's Johnson in for Dwayne Wade.
That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Clark, a little disparity there in the rebound numbers, but some of that comes down to how the ball bounces. Let's see if it evens out.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Off target at the rim.
Well, I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has, and they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
From deep. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Heat lead by 2. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Dang out there with Josh McRoberts. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Winslow. And it's Dragic in the 1 spot. So that's who Miami starts the second with. Vaughn, the pass to Carter Williams. Pulls up on the wing. Here's O'Brien. And that one is stuffed right through.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that. Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
That's tipped, and he recovers it. Miami no good on that time either.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
And that misses. That would have put him up. For Miami, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Timeout called, the Bucks. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Here is Whiteside. Following the basket by O.J. Mayo. Milwaukee with the ball. Trailing by 2. Parker against Bosch. Parker drives in. Well, for Jabari Parker in his rookie year, not the kind of NBA career start that he wanted. Played great. Was probably the rookie of the year up until the time he was injured, blowing the knee and cutting his season short.
A great call. He definitely would have had a great chance. Really just made a transition seamlessly. Very efficient as a rookie before that injury, but which was a really tough thing to watch for anyone as he was showing so much promise early on in his career.
The Heat have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
Now the Bucks moving it up.
And you can see the importance of that steal. I mean, really a 4-point turnaround with the conversion at the other end right there.
Yeah, the importance of the defense there. Instead of giving up the bucket and having that 5-point deficit, all of a sudden, we got a tie ball game.
Boy, I really love the way Dragic spreads that ball around. And for Parker, he could have been in the Rookie of the Year running with this play, scoring just over 12 points a game and shooting almost 50% before the injury ended his season.
Monroe kicks to Carter Williams. Right side, Maine. 17-foot shot on the way. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in. Here's Whiteside. There's the killer two-handed slam.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
And the dunk by Winslow.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And even in the short glimpses of last season, you could see that Parker was the real deal. I mean, he had no problem finding ways to score. And even with his injury setback, he should be a great player for years to come.
And dang, here we go. Can't get it to go.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Carter Williams. And it's sent back by Bosch. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
I tell you what, he clearly had a brain freeze on that one. You might just as well keep going straight to the bench.
And the Bucks making a change here. Henson's checked in for Monroe. Johnny O'Brien comes in for Jabari Parker. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Vaughn in for O.J. Mayo. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. Now Dragic. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Just 3 on the clock. Shot is no good. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Miami ahead, leading by just 2. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Hassan Whiteside really making a difference here.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
And the interior defense has to get tougher here in the second half. He's making them look really bad.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Hassan Whiteside really making a difference here.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. The dynamite pair of Antetokounmpo and Parker at forward. Chris Middleton is out there with Mayo. And it's Monroe in the center position.
And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once and it had some personnel issues, but you cannot deny that he knows how to get the most out of his team.
Middleton can't get it to go. And Miami shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Bosh dishes to Winslow. Basket is good, the assist from Bosh. And it's 6 points here for Justice Winslow.
Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. And, of course, Chris Bosh has been such a prolific scorer and rebounder in his career. He's not quite in the 2010 category for his career. But, boy, Greg, he's close.
Yeah, I mean, good athleticism, that big wingspan, and not an overly physical player, but very instinctive on the backboard. And when it comes to scoring, particularly from that mid-range area, he can do it all.
Middleton goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Middleton's got the game tied up here for the Bucks. Here's Whiteside. And that one's good.
On the topic of Chris Bosh, I mean, guys, he was a 24-11 player his last season with Toronto. Went on to Miami to win rings where his stats dipped a bit with LeBron there. Then last season, his scoring average right back up to 21 a game.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He's got 5. Monroe, the pass to Mayo. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. The Heat leading by 3.
Talking about Chris Bosh, he was really ahead of his time when he first entered the league. I mean, very few power forwards back then had his combination of size, agility, and skill set. Now we're seeing a ton of 4s like that on draft night.
Mayo kicks to Middleton. Trying to get open is Monroe. Another miss by Middleton. Here we go, one-on-one. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. To the inside. And it's Middleton penetrating. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Dishes to Whiteside. Pass to Winslow. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Antetokounmpo. And it's sent back by Bosh. And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. A different look for Milwaukee. Henson checked in for Jabari Parker, for Chris Middleton. And Michael Carter-Williams subbed in for O.J. Mayo. Dragic dishes to Whiteside. Inside Leaner. And that is good. Now it's a 5-point Heat lead.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Pass to Carter-Williams. Here's Vaughn from the arc. And a great assist by Carter Williams as that one goes in. Carter Williams has got 3 assists now in this one. Now here's Dragic. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Here's Whiteside. Soft touch off the glass. And the Heat lead by 4.
He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor.
And Winslow pulls it down. Heat have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Dragic kicks to Winslow. The feed to Bosh. Stolen by Henson. There's the dish to Carter Williams. And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. It's hauled in by the Heat. Whiteside's got 5 rebounds tonight. There's Winslow. And the shot is long. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. It's stolen by Dang. And now it's Dang running. Here we go. All the way.
No need to rush here. They can play for one shot.
Yeah, and I think the way you do it, you're patient as you indicated, and wait until about the 5-second mark before you get into your play.
Kicks to Winslow. Outside Dang. There's Dragic with the 3. Missed. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. The Bucks trail. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the floor for Miami, Dang and Bosh, your small and power forwards. Dragic is out there with Winslow, and it's Whiteside in the pivot spot, manning the middle. Bryant the pass to Henson. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Middleton's checked in. He's off on the second. Well, Milwaukee last year became just the 9th team in NBA history to go from Greg, being the worst in the league to a playoff team.
Unbelievable what they accomplished. And they had a tough matchup in the first round with the playoff season Bulls, however. Things didn't go well, but they did get some valuable experience from that effort. And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
That gives them the lead. And the Bucks lead by 1. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Bucks.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
And how about that one-man fast break?
I love the power finish at the end of it, too. This is not the slam dunk contest. You don't get do-over. You got to finish the job.
Leaps for it.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
And it's blocked. And it goes out of bounds. And last touch by Carter Williams. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Bosh going around him. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch. And one thing we know about Justice Winslow, he is great on the big stage. He was amazing in the tournament for Duke a season ago. Got better and better as he helped his school capture the national championship.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. With Winslow, it's all about improvement and being great on the big stage. I think he can do that, Greg. You talked about, what he did in the national championship run. Clark, he was a fantastic foundation to begin with.
Yeah, you know what? He's not got many holes in his game. Solid at the defensive end, can score a lot of ways, puts his hands on winning at both ends of the floor.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hi, Kevin. Jason Kidd was just going over the plan with his team. He told them, this is it, fellas. Let's hit them right out of this timeout. Put some pressure on them. Show them how much you want it. Let's go get it. Guys, he's really exhorting them to give them a burst of energy.
Thanks again, Doris. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Heat.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And I also love what they've done defensively in terms of closing out to the shooters, getting a hand up, just making them feel a little uncomfortable on the offensive end.
And that one's good. And Clark, we've seen some great competition in this one.
I agree with you, Kevin. I mean, looking at the lead changes really kind of tells the story of this game.
Yeah, 7 already in the game, and I think it shows you how well these two teams match up with one another.
And here's Dragic following the three-pointer by Chris Middleton. Good ball movement here by Miami. Winslow dishes to Bosh. Dragic with it. He's picked up by Parker. 5 on the clock. There's Winslow. And a great job by the D contesting that shot and forcing the miss. The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. And again, it's Milwaukee converted.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
From the baseline. That's it, and the Milwaukee lead is cut back down to 2 points on the basket from Winslow.
I mean, he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Middleton on the wing. Parker outside. Back to Middleton. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Dragic. There's Winslow. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That's his first foul.
It's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Carter Williams. He's checked in for Milwaukee.
And all quarter long, he's been zeroed in and knocks down big shot after big shot here in the fourth.
Over to the left wing. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
You know, sometimes the intensity of the game can lead to brain-neutral plays like that, guys.
And it's Justice Winslow with the foul. That's his first foul. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
What a bucket at one of the more crucial moments of the game.
How about the cool, collected way in which he delivered it? Clutch!
His performance today has just been so important. What a luxury to have a guy that's that dependable.
And Middleton kicks to Antetokounmpo. Goes up on the high post. Time expires, and we're going to overtime. Well, if you're just joining us, this one has been a great one. We've got overtime action now, folks. Tip-off goes to Milwaukee. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for the Heat, the big men are Bosch and Whiteside. Winslow is out there with Dragic, and it's Dang in at the three. Now here's Winslow. He feeds it to Bosch. Whiteside, good. Whiteside's got the first basket here in overtime for the Heat.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number one right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
What a clutch performer. He loves being in these situations, just relishes the opportunity. A lot of guys say they do, but you can see it in his face. He truly does. Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Now here's Middleton. And now here comes Dang, leading the break. And the dunk by Winslow.
This is what you love, guys. Superb defense. A great steal, and just like that, they add 2 points to this narrow lead.
Yeah, but you just can't afford to give up plays like that at this time in a ball game.
Jabari Parker's checked in for the Bucks. Well, as we saw, 4 quarters not enough. We're just over a minute into overtime. Shoots a 3. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got 8 rebounds in this game. Feeds it to Dang. And he jams it with authority.
And that kind of defense ain't going to get it done.
Gee, we don't see those kinds of dunks out of him all the time, but we know he's got it in him.
There's no doubt about that, fellas. I mean, the more finishes like that he gets, the more his confidence will grow.
Here's Dragic. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Fast break, Milwaukee. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And Winslow pulls it down. Here's Bosch. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Now here's Dragic. Jabari Parker unable to get his last shot to go. Washington gets to Dang. Puts up the baby hook. Right side. Count it.
The D cannot forget about him like that. He'll light you up. Big time.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Back to Carter Williams. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And so they choose to intentionally foul. O.J. Mayo, who's checked in for Carter Williams. And Miami has possession. And they go to the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Parker with a clean look. Another miss by Parker.
He's clearly been the best rebounder on the floor today.
And the numbers back it up, Greg. I mean, he's brought his hard hat and mean mentality to the glass with him today.
That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're behind by 7. There's 14 seconds left in overtime. Middleton inside the three-point line. Off the inbound, no good.
That would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me?
And so it's Miami winning this one. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra period.
Yeah, when adversity was at its greatest, they came up